Hello everyone. Now this is going to be an important video for all of you who are preparing for the SNAP examination also at the same time. I'm sure many of you would be following the herd mentality that let's focus on CAT and the other examinations would be usually taken care of very easily. Usually it doesn't happen. You would have to give a lot of justice to the non-CAT examination also if that is your primary focus. Okay. So I'm not saying by watching this video you should make your mindset whether you are for CAT, whether you are for SNAP, whether you are for NMAT. No. But slowly within a month or so, you should actually comprehend and do analysis of various examination of CAT versus SNAP, SNAP versus NMAT, CAT versus ZAT, ZAT versus IFT. And doing this, you will get a thorough understanding about the context of question which comes up in each paper. You will understand what is your strength area and what is your weak area. Your strength and your weak area should be aligned with the examination which you are planning. If it is getting aligned, that's your primary target, and then the other examination automatically will become the secondary target. So this video will be useful for you. If you are planning for SNAP, I'll give you a detailed plan of action month on month, what needs to be done, how it needs to be done to crack the symbiosis examination. Perfect. I'm sure many of you would be following the dates also. Mostly tentative, the dates is going to be on 18th of December. Okay, 2020. Okay. All the important links and the upcoming webinar sessions have been discussed in the description box. You can go through all the possible links so that you get all the updates too. Okay, let's first of all discuss about the paper pattern. As we know, in the last year, the paper pattern got changed. The GK section got excluded. Now we have got only 3 sections, which is quantitative aptitude, then followed by logical reasoning, and then English. The number of questions which comes in quant is 40. The number of questions which comes in logical reasoning is 36. Number of questions which comes in English is going to be 34. English and logical reasoning is more or less same, but as you can see, maximum focus out of the given 3 would be given to your quantitative aptitude. Now it is just not your quant, it's quant and DI. It's just not your DI, it's DI and DS. DS stands for data sufficiency. One of the important examination where you will see data sufficiency questions for sure will be your SNAP examination, so you cannot skip this before you go for the examination. Perfect. So let me, before I take it the month-on-month syllabus, what you need to do and how it needs to be done, let's understand the overall pattern. So the first section that we are discussing here is the quantitative aptitude section, which includes data interpretation and data sufficiency also at the same time. Okay, all the important topics have been mentioned here. From algebra, the maximum focus will be given to your linear and quadratic equation and binomial theorem. Okay, ये दोनों आपको यहाँ से करने पड़ेंगे. Talking about arithmetic, you will see maximum questions are basically based on percentage, ratio proportion, time, speed, distance, and time and form. That's it, these 4 only. But yes, no doubt, other topics will also be important. For example, geometry will also throw you questions on triangles and circles. You will also have questions on mensuration where they will ask you to find the volume of figures. You will also have questions on trigonometry, where the standard questions of heights and distance will be also coming here. And then you also have the good mixture of questions which are basically from permutation, combination and probability. DI is going to be consistent. You will see questions across pie chart, bar chart and tables, which is not a new thing. It's similar and common. The complexity of DI will not be that great. So if you compare NMAT DI versus SNAP DI, NMAT DI is more difficult than SNAP DI. If you want to compare the quantitative aptitude section, then NMAT is easier and lighter than SNAP. So SNAP quant section will be slightly more challenging than the NMAT paper. Okay, so the important chapters, if you want me to mark here, of all of them, focus on algebra here, focus on arithmetic here, focus on permutation combination here, focus on number system basics. When I am saying basics, only solve questions on remedial theorem, how to find the last digit, power cycle and divisibility rules. Okay, if at all you have time, you can also look forward to base system, which is conversion of one base to another, is one of those things which you will look into. Along with this, permutation, progression and inequalities are the only things which you should look forward to. The given circled chapters will have a constituency of almost more than 80%. The other ones will give you only 20% weightage. Going ahead, analytical reasoning. So CAT versus SNAP, if you compare, CAT will throw you only questions which are based on puzzles, and or as you can see in analytical reasoning, you will have a lot of questions which are basically on analytical reasoning, questions on critical reasoning, and questions on visual reasoning also. Visual reasoning is one of the elements which does not come in any other examination except CET, excluding SNAP. Okay, so visual reasoning is a key thing which you will do. At least 3 to 5 questions will surely come, which you cannot skip before you go for the examination. Okay. So if you ask me what is really important, you will solve questions on critical reasoning, verbal reasoning, syllogism is important, clocks and calendar, 2 questions are sure, setting arrangement based questions will come, and then finding the meaningful words will also be one of the important caselet which you will see. Of some priority, verbal reasoning will also come up in the examination. It's simple. Logical reasoning will not take much of your time. It's quite easy. It's all about speed, which you can measure in the mock test which will be given. Next is general English, which is reading and comprehension, along with verbal ability section. Okay. Now, if I focus on verbal ability section, there's a lot more to do. There's so many things which you would have to work on for SNAP examination, which does not even come in NMAT or ZAT or your CAT examination. You will have questions which are based on sentence completion, which will come in CAT and SNAP also. Questions on analogies, questions of changing active verbs to passive, passive to active, questions based on sentence correction, which does not come in CAT, questions based on purely vocabulary will come, one word substitution like fill in the blanks will come here, followed by that you will be having questions on parajumbled, contextual usage will be a new question, odd man out will be a new question, fill in the blanks you will solve for the first time, vocabulary based question you will also solve for the first time. The most important, so you will mark this as a star, idioms and phrases. I repeat, idioms and phrases is a favorite topic of symbiosis. Year by year they will have questions based on this. You will have at least 3 to 5 questions every year. You cannot skip this before you go for the examination. Of all, if you ask me, the new thing which you will have to work on will be idioms and phrases. I hope this part is clear to all of you. Okay, so you have seen the syllabus of all the 3 sections. Now let's discuss the month-on-month plan. What needs to be done in what needs to be done in July, August, September, October, November. Okay. Let's start with the month of July. Okay, we'll see 3 sections. In the month of July, on the context of reading comprehension, I want you to solve at least 1 RC a day. The flavors would be different. One day you're solving marketing and economics based passage. Next day science and technology. Next day environment and politics based RC. On the verbal ability section, in the month of July, I want you to focus on sentence correction, analogies, active passive voice, sentence correction and vocabulary. This is the only thing which I want you to work on. And this is level of difficulty 1. If you want to compare that with some reference, it's basic questions which you will do. From quant, for arithmetic and algebra, you will solve questions on time and work, time scale distance, percentage, number, quadratic equation and inequalities. That's it. You will not do anything more or less. Please don't worry. You will be able to clear this exam really well. DI will be consistent, as I said. You will be having questions on data interpretation across table, bar chart, pie chart and line graph. And in LR, I want you to solve questions based on blood relation, coding, decoding, analogy, setting arrangement, direction sense, mathematical reasoning and clocks and calendar. Okay. I want also you to take topic level test of each and every topic which you are going through, whether it is a verbal, quant or LR. You will have to give topic level test of each and every topic which you are doing. Next comes the month of August. In the month of August, you will start practicing one word substitution, parajumbled, contextual usage and odd man out. The genre of reading or solving comprehensions will slightly change. Advanced level topics of philosophy based and mythology based RC you will start picking up. Across quant, you will start taking questions on permutation, combination, probability, progression and geometry. DI will be consistent, there will be no change which you will do. And LR, you will solve questions on syllogism, verbal reasoning and meaningful word making or matrix based question. Okay. Here also, I am not asking you to write any test. You will just take topic level test. Whatever you study, you will solve at least one topic test of each of the given concept that you are going through. Next, in the 3 months you have to complete the entire syllabus. Now we are dealing with the last month, which is September. Important topics of FIB, idioms and phrases and vocabulary based contextual usage will be the topic which you will go through. On let's say 1 RC a day, you will start solving the questions of SNAP. Start with 2008 paper, 2009, 2010 and 2011. Take 4 weeks of time. You will solve 8, 9, 10, 11. SNAP 2008, 9, 10, 11 paper for all the RCs which I am giving you here. In quant, you will start solving questions on mensuration, trigonometry, where questions are basically on heights and distance, set theory and polynomials. Set theory will also be important, which I want you to touch in the last. DI will be consistent. You will not skip anything in DI. Okay. And in the month of September also, I want you to solve 2008, 9, 10 and 11 SNAP paper. and 11 snap paper. LR, the last phase and the last mile which you will work on, especially questions on critical reasoning and visual reasoning are the two important topics which you will touch upon here. Questions based on arguments and assumptions, strengthening and weakening of arguments, inference based question and course of action will come up in critical reasoning, and visual reasoning based questions, VR, which sometimes is also called as abstract reasoning, will also be touched upon in the month of September. So July, August, September, you will be able to complete the entire syllabus. The exam is going to come in the month of December. So the 2 months, October and November, is fully for revision and practicing more full-length tests. So 4 full-length tests you will solve in the month of October. Okay. So where everyone is focusing on CAT, if your primary focus is SNAP, you will focus likewise. 2 sectional tests, each of verbal, logic and quant you will solve. And actual SNAP 2012, 13 and 14 you will actually practice. In the month of November, it's going to be lighter month. You will solve at least 2 full-length tests and 1 sectional test of verbal, logic and quant. SNAP paper 15, 16, 17 you will solve. So what I'm making you go through is 2008 to 2017, all the papers you will solve. And at the same time, I also recommend you to write at least 6 SNAP papers before you go for the paper. Actual D-Day. Okay. In the month of December, I want you to practice a lot of 2018 actual paper, full set of question, and 2019 also full set of question before you go for 18 December 2020. If you follow this plan of action, I'm sure we can do wonders in SNAP paper in the upcoming time. On a daily basis, we are taking webinars on the same YouTube channel. You can subscribe to the given channel and hit the bell icon so that you get the notification. And every day you can just see the description box. The details of the upcoming webinars will also be mentioned there. Alright then, on this note, I wish you all the very best for this upcoming examination series. All the best. Thank you.